So, I really don't know where to start with this. This anime is one of my least favorite that I have seen. It's only 5 minutes, so it's not as bad as, like, Redo a Healer or, I don't know, Pupa, but despite it being as short as it is, it's such a mess. As you saw in the Given video, I plan on adding scenes and music from the things that I talk about in my videos, and I was going to do that with this one. But since it is quite literally 5 minutes, I can't really put this on in the background for the entire thing, since it played the entire thing basically twice. That and there's just a lot of really uncomfortable scenes here and there, and there are a lot of scenes that I just don't feel comfortable sharing, so, here. This'll do. Beautiful. I don't really know where to start with this one. I guess a plot summary will do. It starts off with asking if you know what little girls are made out of, which, it's a start for sure. We then get to meet Brown Hair Girl. We don't learn her name just yet, but we find out that her dream is to have a tea party with angelic girls. A fairly wholesome dream, given the context of her being in elementary school, and that's where the wholesomeness ends, and it turns into a psychological horror. At least for me, that is. We then meet Other Girl, whose name we never learn in the anime, and she says, and have a pantsuit party every day, and attempts to kiss Botan. I'm on a watch list now, aren't I? I don't know. She's like this the entire anime, and is horny for no reason, and the fact that I'm saying this in the context of elementary schoolers makes me feel disgusting, and I'm probably going to hell. I hate this. Why am I doing this? They then go to a room. Whose room? Nobody knows. They didn't really specify. They both end up falling through the floor and hitting their crotch. And Other Girl makes the remark that if they were guys, their balls would have basically exploded, and Botan for some reason freaks out. Then another person falls through the ceiling, and let me just get off script here. I haven't watched this since like 2014. When I first heard about this. I know this came out in 2013, but I didn't hear about it until a year later. And this is my first time rewatching it since. And I don't know if it just didn't register with me whenever I was younger, how absurd this was. But none of this makes sense. We went from a somewhat wholesome dream of just wanting to host a tea party with angelic girls to ball busting and falling and horny. I'm just so confused here. I don't know the direction that the mangaka, that the anime producers, that anybody involved with this was thinking. Is confusing. Like, I know this is supposed to be some sort of comedy anime, and not every comedy anime needs a plot, really, but at least there's a self-contained story to be had. This is just going from plot point to plot point to plot point, and it's not cohesive. It's just a mess. It's weird. Anyways, back to the script. Other Girl thinks that this other half is Botan's lower half, and just keeps staring up the other person's skirt and gets excited. Like, the horny undertones literally never go away. They weren't funny in the first place, and they keep playing it off here like it's humorous, but it's not. It doesn't feel natural. I mean, like, how could it feel natural? It's elementary schoolers. Like, it's so absurd. I don't understand why this is the direction they took with this. Anyways, once again, back to the script. It turns out this new person is an angel. Botan's dreams will end up coming true. I'm happy for her. I'm sure nothing bad or weird will happen, right? The angel asks if they want to eat her halo, and they both do. This is where things just, like, fall apart, and I really don't know how to word this without sounding like a creep or without me being put on a watch list, but hey, I'll try my best here. They end up getting conceived here by the halo that they ate, and they just start pissing out candy or something of the like, so they basically ate piss in the beginning. And just... what? I have heard stories from drug addicts of crazy things that they have seen whilst high. They say that some of, like, the greatest art has been made by people that were high. This is definitely not one of them. I legitimately don't understand the concept here. Obviously, I don't know how angels work, I suppose. I don't understand how eating a halo could then result in giving birth to candy or something. I don't know. Just, this hurts my brain. something something, name for the room, something something, sounds kinky, something something, emotional damage and psychological trauma, and somehow Botan is worried about not being able to be a wife anymore. They don't really specify on that or go into detail about it. It's kind of just a statement that is made, and it just doesn't make sense even more than the rest of the stuff. I don't know. They find out that their dreams come true if they birth 100,000 angelic eggs. Oh, and these things that they pee out are eggs. Go figure. I guess the bladder can hold eggs now, I guess. That, and it just doesn't stop. There are so many scenes of them just birthing these things. I don't get it. Something something, a hagao joke, but it's actually ohogao, which means silly face, in this anime because funny and more wanting to kiss. And like, there are two other characters introduced here, and one is trying to strip nude and is blindfolded, and the other pisses herself, and not in the context of like giving birth to angel eggs. No, she legitimately pisses herself. Anyways, credits roll, and that's the anime. Now, class, did y'all learn anything? Because I sure as hell didn't. Like, this anime was literally all over the place. It's just, I don't know what the creator was thinking. I've seen my fair share of anime that is weird, and I know that there are a lot of anime that focus on elementary schoolers doing things that should never be uttered in the same context of elementary schoolers. But this is just like, I don't know if it's one of the worst, but it's also one of the worst because it makes no sense, and it's, I don't know how to word it. Not only does it make no sense, but just the concept of an angel, how do I word this without sounding like a creep? Not conceiving, but conceiving these two, and they just start giving birth to these eggs. That's just, and like, the angel didn't preface, she literally just said, here, eat this. And I don't know, this is just such a mess. I don't get it. You know, I've not actually read the manga, nor do I really want to, but part of me is interested to see if it's anything like the anime, or maybe it gives more context. You know what? Let me read a chapter or two and see what it's like. Why? So, it gave more context to what was happening, but it was a lot more graphic, and I feel that I need therapy. Oh god, please help me. I'm just at a loss for words. I just don't understand this. And the fact that there's at least 2 volumes of this, I'm not sure what the fan base for this is. I can't imagine somebody is excited to wake up and, oh wow, a new chapter of Tenshi no Drop. My favorite. I can't wait to see what antics the girls get into this time, because I didn't read just 2 chapters, I read the entire thing, but I couldn't stop, and nothing changes. We get to meet characters. We met 3 new characters and a teacher. I don't remember their names, but it both added context and it didn't add context, because why do they act like this? Like, the girl that pisses herself does it to like relieve pressure, but why? I don't get it. There's just so many horny undertones underneath this. I'm definitely not the right fan base for this, that's for sure. The anime itself has no plot whatsoever. We don't even learn the name of 2 of the 3 main characters. Hi, so a little editor interjection here. The names are mentioned. Other girl's name is Shinobu, and the angel's name is Unchan. The only reason I know this is because I'm gathering clips right now to edit the video, and it's mentioned once for the 2 characters. With Bolton, at least it's mentioned like twice or thrice, but with these 2, it's mentioned once, and I completely forgot, and I literally rewatched this anime for this video. So that ought to show you the level of importance their name has. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled program. That and Blindfold Girl and Piss Girl are just there for seemingly no sake. They add nothing to the story, they're just there. The only plot that this has is the I want to have a tea party with angelic girls thing. Everything here is just lol random humor thrown together with no cohesion whatsoever. Good on the mangaka for making something this absurd though. Maybe that's the point, just to be absurd and make people laugh. I haven't read any of their other works, so maybe they're better, maybe it's not as weird as this, maybe I'll read it in my spare time, I'm not sure. And, you know, I'm just glad it's 5 minutes. It being that short really does make it a lot better because it means it's just not as long. That, and there's some level of humor in the absurdity of what's happening on the screen. Other than that, I really just don't understand a single thing about this. I'm just not sure who it appeals to, and I guess the jokes in the anime aren't funny, because the absurdity of it is funny to me. It gave me a few laughs, but the jokes themselves aren't funny. So, like I said earlier, this is something I hadn't watched since like 2014, but it just never left my mind. I decided to rewatch it for the sake of this video, and I don't really regret it, because like I said, this was absurd to the point where it made me laugh. I know I came off as negative in this video, and I don't really like being negative, so I'll try and say something positive to round it off. Despite being one of my least favorite anime I have seen, I still got enjoyment of it. Like I said, it's not really great, but I can't say that most of my other least favorites have made me laugh like this. That, and I don't think it's one of the worst anime in existence. It's not good, but it's only 5 minutes. You'll probably forget about it after you view it, and you know, it's only 5 minutes, so it's not like it was a waste of time. I don't recommend anybody watch this, and it's pretty uncomfortable because of the fact that they are, you know, elementary schoolers. This anime was weird. Thank you for watching this video. I actually didn't intend on making my second video a video on one of the weirdest and one of my least favorite anime I've ever seen. I primarily want to focus on more, I guess, positive stuff on this channel. Things that I enjoy, things that I think other people might enjoy if they hear about, but I've never had the opportunity to talk about this because literally nobody else that I know has ever heard or has seen this anime, and for the better most likely, but it'd be nice to scream this to somebody that has at least seen it, because it's one of those things that feels like a fever dream and you kind of need to validate if what you saw was real or not. Like I said, I want to, you know, focus on more positive things and things that I enjoy rather than just outright being negative or bashing something. And I actually intended on making a Watamote video right after the Given one, but this anime popped in my mind when I was going to bed yesterday, and I just couldn't not talk about it. So I decided to, but like I said, I'm gonna try and focus on more wholesome things. So yeah, once again, thank you for watching. Got any critiques, constructive criticisms? Feel free to let me know. I appreciate any of it. I appreciate if you watch this video and take your time out of the day to watch it. It does mean a lot. So, yeah, thank you. Have a good day.
Bye bye!